Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy. Welcome back to more Minecraft. In the previous video, we explored the brand new, finally complete exterior of the Overlook Hotel project, which is over yonder. My chunks aren't low. Oh, you can kind of see the corner of it. I bet if I get the spyglass out, you could really see the corner of it. You can kind of see a vague shape. Anyway, that's done now on the exterior. If you wanted to take a peek at that, you totally could. That's the previous video, link in the description to the playlist. In today's video, we're going to be starting up a bit of a different project. It's a different project with an asterisk, because what we're going to be doing is actually setting something up, but not working on it too much today. I'm smelting up some smooth stone, and I'm also grabbing some sand, which is a material you might be waving a bit of a red flag at, because I don't often choose to build with sand. I'm not actually going to be constructing a building of sand, that's going to be the floor. A handful of videos ago, I mentioned wanting to have an area in the world where you guys can contribute to the landscape. And so what I've decided to do is create an area of 16 by 16 block, one chunk of viewer plots, where I'm going to allow you guys to leave a comment, and if you guys give a great idea for something to build, maybe I'll build it. So if you guys have any ideas, it can be anything from like build a gigantic banana, or like build the Tower of London in Minecraft, you know? As long as it can fit in a 16 by 16 space, I will be considering it. And I'm going to be raising some awareness for this on a couple of different places, so you might see me post a tweet about it, maybe post like a YouTube, what's that page called? I barely use it. I should use it more. The community tab. I'm going to put a community tab something up there. I might post a YouTube short about it. Lots of things. I'm going to start out by building 4 plots. Now, 4 plots may be an optimistic amount of space to provide. Perhaps this is an idea that people aren't generally interested in which case, you know, we will just have to, pivot, maybe use it for something else, or just leave it as is. I'm not going to be devastated if no one chooses to use it. This is mostly an experiment. And if the experiment goes well, then we can continue. If the experiment does not go well, no biggie. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you guys the area I'm planning on using first and foremost. It's going to be a little out of the ways. I have a feeling we might get up to building some wacky stuff, and because of that, I want to make sure it is not directly visible, you know, in case we end up building something really, really silly. That's my birthday cake from a handful of years ago. I want to make sure that it's still good, that we can have access to it, but I don't want it to take up any space that we might end up using. So even like this desert temple, I might even end up finding myself visiting this desert temple and using stuff there. I know there's a pillager tower somewhere in this region. Maybe it's further over. Yeah, there's the pillager tower right there. Alright, this desert all is something. There's another desert village here. I don't have plans to use this desert village. So we're going to go ahead and use this space around here. I figured I'd start over on this area. Right. Oh, there's actually another pillager tower. Let's pivot. Let's go somewhere else. Thankfully, we can just fly around and find a space that looks nice. You know, I think this is approaching the edge of the chunks. Why don't we go ahead and just oh, was that that was just a horse. Let's find a spot. I wanna probably go somewhere where the chunks, because we have a bunch of different versions of Minecraft in this world. We have PS4 version, we have Bedrock version, and we have Caves and Cliffs version. And so there's lots of harsh lines, like a line you see right here, where the cliff just ends and there's half a tree or something. This happens sometimes in the world. It's very weird, but it does happen. So let's occupy this area right here. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and claim this area right here as the area we are going to use. This little swampy area. I don't have plans to build around here, which means it's absolutely perfect. The first thing we need to do is get an area marked out. So let's go ahead and build what is essentially our first plot. I'm going to go ahead and remove all the sand here, even though I'm going to place some of it back. Now, plots don't have to be in like a one chunk area. They just have to make sure they are a chunk by a chunk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is going to be 14. This will be number 15. This will be 16. Okay, and let's go ahead and get out our bed, and we can sleep away this night. Here we go. Place the bed down. Bed is too far away. I'm right next to the bed, darn it. Here we go. Was I on 15 or 16? I don't even remember. I'll have to recount. That's no big deal, though. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This will be our first plot then. Right here is the area around this. So let's go ahead and fence it off. I want to make sure that there's a border around it. All right, and this is the hard border. No one can pass over this border with another build. All builds must be contained within the area we are providing. And now we need to fly back because I am out of space. Anyway, so the inspiration for this was I was reminiscing on old Minecraft creative mode servers. I never really was like a firm member of a creative mode server, but I have memories of, you know, logging into Minecraft with my friends. Back when Minecraft servers weren't so massive, normally it was every server had a survival of some sort. Every server had a survival games. There's usually a kit PvP, a creative mode, and maybe a specialized minigame like a paintball or tag or something that was like that specific server's bread and butter. For reference, this is back in the days when Hypixel had adventure maps on that server. So that was the sort of Hypixel bread and butter. Anyway, so I have fond memories of playing on some more simple Minecraft servers and logging into the creative worlds and seeing... Oh, the chunks were unloaded. That's a shame. We'll have to just sit here. Well, I'll just tell my story and we can sit here. You know, reminiscing, looking at old Minecraft creative worlds, logging in, seeing all the different things people were up to, things that people built. That was always really fun for me. I enjoyed it. I liked, you know, working together with my friends to build something kind of neat. And even if we didn't end up finishing it, it was there online for players to see at any time. There's also like that, well, at the time of recording, I don't know if it's still going on or still popular, but at the time of recording, the website Reddit is sort of doing something similar, where they have a gigantic canvas for people to paint on, and people are painting like memes and like XQC's logos on there right now, and the Germa 985 sus face. You know, some great things, really great things added in there. Lots of options, lots of fun. And so that's sort of like community showcases is something I'm hoping to get here. Anyway, I have hopes, but you know, we'll see what this ends up with. Perhaps I can come up with ideas of my own. Oh, I have some smooth stone. That's perfect. Perhaps I could come up with ideas of my own that we implement. Maybe you guys come up with great ideas as well. I don't know. Tell your friends. Get everyone to give an idea. Alright, sorry for that cut. I was checking my render distance because I have to do that every once in a while. Usually when I open, this is just a total side tangent, but when I open the Nvidia GeForce Experience program on my computer, it freaks out because I'm not running this game at the recommended settings. Because the recommended settings is playing it in a little tiny baby box of 8 chunks or something. I like to play with max chunks and it works, so I'm going to continue playing with max chunks and having it work. Alright, continuing on, let's go ahead and fence this in. And then once this is fenced in, we can sort of see the idea of what the second plot is going to look like when compared with this one. Okay, where are these going to meet? It's going to meet... Aha, excellent. Okay, this is actually really perfect. So what I want to do is have a little pathway connecting each of the plots. Let's go ahead and build this one first. So you can imagine the plot to my left being filled with sand and maybe even a build. I'm getting tridented. I hear you and I see you. And I click you with my controller and I click you with my controller and you're done. Perfect. Anyway, so you can imagine the area to my left being filled, and this is essentially like a little bit of a walkway we can use. It's going to eventually connect to the land on all sides, but this is going to be like a walkway we use to get from place to place, and it looks like I'm going to need to get some more oak wood for this whole dealio. There we go. Yeah, you can sort of see the rough outline coming through. Oh, thankfully we are in an area that's got some oak wood, so perhaps I could just chop down a tree or two. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure that we are working to block this off. I'm placing this down so I don't have to place so much sand. I'll also use sandstone when the time comes. But for now, we can just do this. There we go. Make more sand. Yes, we have plenty of sand, which is why I chose to use sand. It's also a very neutral block. And of course, if you guys say, you know, oh, build like Stonehenge or something, then I will obviously replace the sand with something better. I just think sand is a pretty good start, pretty good blank canvas block to use. If there is something simple like build the Olympics logo, then that'd be pretty easy to do. I don't think anyone would have a specific preference of the block to build that on. I just want the floor to be something not distracting. Because if it's distracting, then people aren't looking at the real build, and then we get into some trouble. Alright, let's go ahead and chop down a few trees. We've got some time to actually, you know, probably the I don't even know if the sand or the sand is smelting back home. Let's go ahead and build a crafting table. I think I'm gonna put the crafting table smack center here. Because basically for the first section I want to provide 4 areas to work in. And so I don't know if we'll get to them all in today's video. We'll definitely do 1 at least, and we can kind of go on from there. But basically, this is going to be the center. So there's going to be a plot here, and a plot there. And you can sort of hopefully see how it would all match up. Just going to go ahead and fill in the water here with some random blocks. I guess acacia slabs is what has been chosen, because that's what I have on hand. This is going to be covered, so it doesn't really matter. I guess it does bring up an interesting question, though. Is that it's 16 by 16 for the area limit, but what about going above and below? Good question. I guess we'll cross the bridge when it gets to it. If someone wants me to do, like, a subway system, then I would need to have... I actually, you know... now I'm getting crazy, because I've talked about wanting to do... like roads connecting the world, to where we would have like a large system of roads connecting the main house to the pirate town, which has a name. It's called the Yarhar Harbor. I never call it that for some reason. Connecting the Overlook Hotel to the home island, to this, to that, right? It used to be a teleportation system. That was the main idea, but that doesn't really work super well. I should have chosen regular blocks. It's really hard to place slabs underwater. There we go. Alright, cool. Maybe I'm just bad at it. Oh yeah, so maybe we could do like a subway system as well, like an underwater, not underwater, but an underground minecart system. I heard you can waterlog rails now. Not sure if that's true, or if that's an intended feature to be added. But I like the sound of that, I think. I think I'm a fan of the sound of that. Alright, so here we go. We've got we got 1 plot just about done, which is what I'm really happy with so far. Alright, we're gonna have to fill in the remaining spot too. We do have more trees to chop down, and I will be chopping them with no remorse about not replanting, because we need this area all flat anyway. This is, I believe this is a swamp we've explored in the past. We were attempting to find, and eventually one day we will find, a witch hut, because a witch hut can be used to make a gunpowder farm. And of course, being gamers who use the elytra, even though I'm hoping to retire the elytra at some point, it's efficient to have firework rockets to use. And the best way to get a firework rocket is a gunpowder farm. And in creative mode one time, I did try and build a creeper farm to see if I can get that to work. Couldn't really get it to work. It was a bit unfortunate, but I'm sure I was just doing something wrong. I'm sure in the future we could get that to work if we so wanted to. Alright, here we go. So we're just about finishing this part of the roadway. We're going to have to deal with these mobs spawning for a little bit of time. I do believe we will eventually get all the water replaced to where it won't really be too big of a problem. Let's go ahead and just use oak wood for the... gosh. Let's go ahead and use oak wood for this, because that's what I have on hand. and I'm okay with using some oak wood slabs because, like I said, it's what I got on hand. There we go. Alright, this video is very soon going to be over, though. And so I guess this is sort of like the first call for project ideas. If you guys have an idea, you want me to build something in the first plot, or the second, third, or fourth plots, I'll probably be doing those off camera, so that way you guys don't have to watch me place a bunch of sand. I don't know when we will start this. It's possible we get like a really great suggestion, and I feel like going right away. It's also possible I feel like stalling a little bit, maybe allowing time for multiple suggestions to flow in so I can consider a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure. I know I am excited for this though, so hopefully these plots do catch on. That particle looked terrifying. I thought that was eyeballs looking at me. Turns out I'm just a scaredy cat. Typical for a Minecrafter playing Minecraft on a late night. Sometimes Minecraft is scary, you know? Hopefully you know, because if you don't know, then what the heck? Alright, perfect. So, now we can place in the remaining bits of sand, and we'll have our first empty plot. I will be making more of these plots, depending on how much traction this idea gets. I could see this easily getting into, you know, crazy high numbers of plots, and then everyone can be able to claim their ideas. Oh, actually, speaking of which, let's add something really quickly, just in case anyone was curious about how this is going to work from like a credit standpoint. Let me go ahead and sleep one last time before I end off the video. Just got one last thing I want to do, and then we can end off the episode here. But let's go ahead and break this, place that into here, and let me show you guys about this. So what's going to happen is basically in the lower left corner, eventually this road will curve around here, by the way. In the lower left corner, there will be a sign. And right now the sign will be blank, but when someone gives an idea, that sign will say like, oh, build number 1. Except build number 1 will be like, I don't know, let's say you want me to build Big Ben. It'll say Big Ben, and then it'll also include the name of the commenter who suggested Big Ben. So we've got, you know, an ability there to give credit. You have a permanent spot here in the world. It's not like your build can get removed unless, well, I mean, I don't want to get into semantics. I guess your build could be removed. Let's say you fall into a major controversy. You're a famous YouTuber and you fall into a major controversy, and I can't have your name in my world anymore. Then I'll get rid of it. But otherwise, it's a pretty much set in stone thing. Anyways, that's going to be all for now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys my videos around. Make sure you guys leave a comment with an idea of what to put in this spot. I will be happy to read each and every one of them. I'll catch you guys all back here next time. Until then, as always, take care.